What is happening in the Animal Farm Drip Network crypto community? Let's hash
Hey,
it
one
out.
second. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Welcome to the channel where we build financial power. My name is Matt, and this is
Potter.
Yes. Today we're going to talk about what we just mentioned. If you're new to this channel, every Thursday, Friday, Eastern, 10 a.m., we go live and we talk about this world that is DeFi, this interesting, strange, trustless, interesting world we talk all about. We're going to dive into it today, just what's going on with the entire conglomerate that is Forex Shark and the projects that he's in and all of the bullishness that everyone is talking about. We sort of want to hash it out and see where the convo goes. So Potter, how you feeling this morning?
I'm good. Hey, Ara.
All right, what's up, man?
Yeah, we gotta show the Ara.
Hey.
Crypto boy, that's what's up.
I think he was imitating, like some influencers, maybe like,
okay.
yo, it's your boy Crypto, link in the description.
Oh, that makes more sense.
That,
okay.
Yeah. So
well played, because that's literally how they all start.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think anybody's super upset or surprised that nothing launched.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Animal Farm was supposed to launch yesterday, and it did not launch yesterday. It's an absolute recurring trend. It's been happening numerous times, and it's unfortunate. He's lost a lot of credibility.
Yeah, just with new people, like.
Yeah,
and it's kind of messed up because the majority of people who know are new people, but you can't deny that every day in my tracking, the drip numbers keep going up. So drip is taking the hit, but drip is taking the hit because it's paired to a token that was 75%, no, 30 something percent higher 2 weeks ago.
Animal Farm is tied to
BUSD.
Okay, got it.
And tied to, actually launching.
Yeah, because you just said drip is tied to. I'm trying to figure out
a token that is plummeted like 30 something percent. BNB.
Oh, okay, got it. That makes so much more sense. I was like, wait a minute, US dollar. Got it.
And it would be even worse if people weren't, participating in the reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
Right. From what Kevin told us, or Easy Step told us last week, we're helping to keep this dang thing afloat.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the delay, his reputation is literally on the line right now. I guess, like, if your reputation's on the line, you're not going to do anything except everything that you want to do the way you want to do it.
Sure.
Right? Because, like, if this thing does not go off flawlessly, then, I think as a developer or marketer, he's going to feel affected. He's probably going to take it personally. And he's tried to, like, eat a mountain of responsibility pretty much solo.
Sure.
Right? Great people are defined by moments like this.
Sure.
And so people doubt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doubting him. I'm doubting his ability to commit to dates. Right? And that is notoriously a developer problem.
Is it?
Yeah. So you'd be developing, like when I was working on Wall Street, you'd have the marketing people come in, like, hey, so when are you going to get that up? It's like, soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have it done in like an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Never listen to an engineer that tells you, hey, I'm going to have that done in an hour. Because it's like, okay, so you said hour, so next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it. So imagine eating a mountain of responsibility, having even your old OGs starting to go, your reputation being out there, you being on AMAs for hours and hours, This is his moment.
Mm.
And if he does it like he did Drip, we all have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
It's just that I haven't ever seen anyone who's successful do it alone. However, Forex was smart enough to bring in people to say, you know what, I've got a problem. I'm going to fix it. And he did it the right way by bringing in not only just a programmer, but a security programmer, somebody who could QA things. So, they're doing the right things. It's just, don't promise. Don't do countdowns,
Yep.
The way that he rolled it out, I wish that everybody rolled out things like this. Less telling people, hey, it's going to happen on X day. Less pausing it.
You said you hope people roll it out the way he's rolled it out?
Yeah, slow. I don't want any vulnerabilities.
So but the way he's rolled it out is, like he said, it's going to launch, and it hasn't launched.
Yeah. I said, the only thing that I would change is his communication about when it's going to. You know what I mean? Like, continue to launch the same way. Like, take it slow. Be transparent about here's where we are. Here's where we are. Here's where we are. Yeah. Don't say tomorrow.
Okay, so you mean announcing? You mean announcing certain pieces of like, hey, this is now done and this is done. Got it. Yeah.
Right. Don't say, hey, we're 100%. When you are 100%, but not the 100% that people are looking at. What's that? It's that chart where there's a bunch of circles, Venn diagram. Like, it's a Venn diagram of when we feel you're ready, what you're communicating, but there's all of these other components that really don't equal the 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just hard. You're excited, and then every time, you just want to go into something else. The market's like not doing well. Drip's not doing well. So this just doesn't help. Like, one influencer was live yesterday during it, and he ended up showing the Johnny Depp trial.
Yeah. The Animal Farm, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he finally was like, okay, let's go outside and get some sun.
That's not his name. It's whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out and get some sun. Yeah.
And he kept it real with, this is not important. What's important is people who love you, and stuff like that. So he's keeping it real. It's just that it's disappointing, and just want it over. People hate promises. It's like the drunk uncle who promises you stuff when they're on a Friday night. I'm gonna take you to the aquarium. Okay, for Saturday morning. Hey, I said what?
Good translation, actually. Yeah.
Right. I want to believe you, Unc.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it breeds a lot of FUD and all that, but just from an objective standpoint, somebody that's fairly newer, and like you said, someone that knows his track record really well and is very invested in him and all that, just objectively, for anyone as an investor, if they were told this is what you're going to expect, surrounding, your money, this is the income you're going to get and all that. If you're given promises of certain things and those don't come true, it's just a degradation of trust. And when it happens many, many times, it doesn't matter if the person is Moses, like, you cannot help but have a little bit of degrade in trust. And like, well, you said this many times and it did not happen. So, from an objective standpoint, and I can't possibly imagine what it's like to be in his shoes and to be doing what he's doing. So, I there's so much I don't see, but from an objective standpoint as a user, because that's what he's doing it for, is for these users. It's important. It is.
I like the Moses example because think about it. When he went up on the mountain, people were like, he ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's do all this other stuff. So, we're just floundering. And the thing that I think is going to happen today is he's going to go, I don't want to do this over a weekend, because he was like, I don't want to do it overnight, and I told you that this was, Animal Farm was announced in like October or November, I think.
Really?
And so we were told, hey, look for, December launch.
Really?
And then in December it was, hey, we don't want to launch during Christmas. Okay, yeah, you're right. We don't want to launch during Christmas, and then we thought we were going to launch at the beginning of the year.
I didn't realize it was that far back. Wow.
Yep, and then it just kept getting pushed,
Ooh.
and then it launched, and then it stopped. So,
well, I mean, yeah, I didn't realize it had been that long. Dang.
It's a lot of patience, but as Stunna Breezy said, back in his day, he was like, I wish they had things like pause. He said because the amount of money that he lost from things that were just exploits, not actual problems.
Yeah.
If they'd been able to pause and fix it, things would have been better.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So it is only our ignorance of what he's doing that is breeding the mistrust and patience, right? None of us want him to do anything that is outside of his comfort zone, right? Yep. We will blame him so bad if he listens to us. You better do this now. Yeah. And then something happens. You should have waited. You made us wait this long. Why didn't you make us wait longer? So he's literally a man without an island. But what he does have is some serious capital. He has things that are working. He's brought in the right people. The soup, the ingredients are there for the most explosive thing we've ever seen in DeFi. But it's delayed, and I can't tell anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I can't tell whether I'm being, a drip or Forex Maxi, or if I'm just using my own common sense that tells me every formula that this guy's using and everything that he's doing is in alignment with what is best for everything and all the positions that I'm taking a look at now. Mm-hmm. He's got several of my strategies in one place, right? That's hard to do. And he's upping the ante for, like, we were all not impressed with the pig pen when it came to, the BUSD we're getting. It was just, dude, I can get this like nowhere, or everywhere. And so all of a sudden, it just, now he's coming up with ideas to say, you know what, I've got ideas on how to increase that payout. So he's just getting smarter every day. But then that scares me, because that's introducing something new when you said you were 100%.
Okay, I got
it.
If
you say that it's new and it's 100%, and you go by what you just said you're going to do, that means that you have to reset the clock, because you're not 100%, and you have to do that due diligence of testing. So that tells me you're not going to launch again.
Yeah, and like I can't possibly know. I don't know if anyone would possibly know how many people that are into the animal farm and the drip and all that are like coding legit people. They understand, the type of person like yourself that understands coding and stuff like that, versus the type of person myself, like even if animal farm was launched right now, I don't understand it. Like I just don't get it. And how many people are like me, how many people are like you, and then everywhere in between, and then the different interpretations you get from everything. So if you as a coder, if he comes out and says something like, hey, the backlog / FRIT code is gonna be extended, I'm like, but you're like, oh, okay, I got it. So typically, yeah, that's how that works, and then that makes sense why you need 3 days to do it. And like, so the amount of interpretation based on your knowledge of this space, it vastly, I think, creates more FUD internally, and then personally, how much like trust you have in him, and so like it's interesting. It's really interesting,
right? And I think you and I, we're our idea of people is trust. Like, we base everything off of integrity, right? So we're being asked to fundamentally retard our core, right? To dispel disbelief that this is anything other than the worst thing ever. Because everything in front of us tells us, you're just being impatient.
Right.
But I don't care anymore. Like, okay, I'm being impatient. This is what it looks like. I say things when I'm not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And right now, not happy.
Yeah.
But like, it sucks knowing that something is due and not being able to talk about it here and saying, oh, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Having this is nothing but a vent therapy session.
Right.
Right. And here's the thing, I think that we're venting on behalf of a lot of people.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Right. People who are like, I don't hate this guy. I don't distrust this guy. I'm just really turned off by being told A, and then the carrot going, dangling the carrot, moving the goalpost, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine when you get a raise, right? Oh, I'm going to give you a raise next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you next week about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that raise, guarantee. And then you have the meeting with the boss. He's like, yeah, we're gonna talk about I'm gonna talk to finance to see what we can do.
Yeah.
About getting that raise. I'll get back to you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Now add 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. And not to be dramatic and like, oh no, me, oh no, but it's, if you look at it, if you can step back and look at it objectively, if someone says they're going to meet you somewhere at a certain time and they don't, there's a certain amount of disrespect there. Might not be a massive holy crap slap in the face, and it depends on the person, what your relationship is with it, of the level of disrespect. Is it a business meeting? Is it just friend? Like, is it the last meeting you're ever going to have? You'll wait forever for them, so. But at the end of the day, I think there's a certain level of disrespect, unfortunately, that I think people feel whether they realize it or not, So I think that, if people are like, what the hell, this is messed up, like, it's justified that they feel that way. Granted, it's his project. He can do whatever he wants with it. I mean, you can go from a different lens and be like, and what you say, like, if this is such a holy crap miracle product network that, like, I mean, waiting is a good thing. I mean, there's a billion different perspectives you can take from it. Like, you can have any vantage point you want. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just that we can't talk about what it's doing.
Mm-mm.
If we were sports people and there's a hockey draft, we'd be talking about, well, the hockey draft got delayed again.
Yeah. Yeah.
They told us that, due to the, X restrictions that we're going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, hey guys, we're here for the live show. And the draft got postponed again. Eventually the fans are going to be like, I love hockey, but I can't take this. And that's what we are.
And that's right. I forget about that. So because of the pause, because I'm not in the animal farm, but quite a few people have money in this that's paused. So I take that back. If you have your money in this project and it's paused right now, hands down, it's disrespect. Absolutely. Bona fide stamp disrespect. I'll say it blatantly on that. Yeah. For people like myself, it's not really in it. It's like,
well, I mean, he's got his reasons.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not really in it, shut up and wait. But I mean, if you got your money in it, like, yeesh, this is rough.
And at the same time, you got to look at yourself and go, I literally tell everybody, don't put in where you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So there's always
I'm going to look at the biggest hypocrite.
That's true.
I'm going, hey, you need to give me my money back.
That's
really?
True.
Did you follow the golden rule?
That's true. That's true. Yep. You're right. Having that mentality at the end of the day that everything in DeFi could disappear. Like,
like,
you're right.
Did you give Forex that much money? Oh, no. I mean, I was just waiting. I'm thinking about the people who were months ago.
And you see, I think that mentality ultimately is uber accountability. And honestly, extreme levels of accountability it's such an unlock for life. Like, if you can adopt to not be a victim regardless of the situation, I mean, it's the ultimate superpower. Seriously, I guess it's easy for me to say. I'm not going to impose my beliefs on other people. For me, for myself, for my life, maintaining a non-victim mentality benefits me a lot.
Yeah, and one of the things that he has done, like if you have a scorecard of him, the majority is right. It's just the miscommunication. And one of
Yeah.
the things that he has done is, despite this delay, this pause, people are staying together as a community. The drip community is coming together. They're developing new applications. They're trying to come up with ways to use the drip ecosystem to promote the use of it.
Hmm.
You know? So when he says, and he says it a lot, guys, I can't tell you how much I appreciate, you guys sticking with me through this.
Sure.
He means that too.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why the guy's like, these people have stuck with me for months.
Yeah.
I cannot release this if I know in my head I should have checked that.
Yeah.
He's just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the bottom line is, ignore dates, ignore clocks. When it goes live, it's live, but don't. I mean, one day you're going to be right about it, right? Yeah. But don't do it to yourself. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. But for me, the relationships that I have, regardless if it's an internet relationship, an in-person relationship, a family relationship, like I've noticed here for a little while that I ask myself, do I believe that this person has ill intent towards me? And if I can answer the question no, that's all good. Like, we can get through it. We can figure it out. Like, we can hash it out. And honestly, like, obviously I don't know Forex, but from what I do know, I don't believe there's any ill intent. I don't believe, and that's why at the end of the day, I'm not like, cashing out the drip that I have and all that. Like, so yeah, that's it.
I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, I hope what this can show is, if you're dealing with a developer mindset, you can't put trust in dates, right? I was a manager of developers. I know, I'm a developer. I know this. When I would go to my team and I'd be like, hey, when are you going to have this done? Well, they'd explain it to me like, I can literally have that done in maybe like 6 hours. I'm like, okay, so if I tell you 2 weeks, you're good. I'm not going to need 2 weeks. Okay. And they didn't need 2 weeks, but it wasn't 6 hours ever. Right. It was definitely more days. So, if you can prepare yourself for this new world of DeFi, which means that you're talking to developers, not business people. Business people set up meetings. I mean, Matt, think about starting all of this that we did for Build. Would it have really gotten done if it was on me?
Say that one more time. You broke up. Say that one more time.
I said that the whole Build thing.
Right.
I said, if it was on me to get this all set up, would it be set up now?
I got you. Understood.
Right?
Takes a village.
Even though my intent was very strong, I'm not that organized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I know that I have to bring in people who can help be part of the team. Like, I have to give back too.
Yeah.
Right? Fair point, just because it's money.
Cole dropped a question.
Oh, hey, Cole.
So Cole actually said earlier, so very true. It's been entirely disrespectful to the people's time and money to have it paused again. Unfortunately, it's going to cause potential investors to run away. And then Cole said, fair point. Just because the money we can or should be able to lose, it doesn't mean that it's money that we don't need to have working for us rather than watching it locked up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cole, one of the things I'll say is, none of us on YouTube are allowed to say, hey, we can, no financial advice, which I wouldn't give anyway. But I can say that of all the programs that we are using, this one, if you have money locked up, it's the only one you're going to be like, okay, maybe I didn't lose a step, but I hated not having the ability to make a choice with my strategy that did not include being paused, right? So now, going forward, all my strategies must include any new plays. I can't go in based just strictly on my appreciation for the developer. I have to say, even if it's developer I like, he won't go wrong. He might go wrong, he doesn't have an organization, he or she doesn't have an organization set up, so they're going to talk to me as a developer, I've got to adjust my strategy to say how much I'm going to go in now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, we kind of put them together with a company, hey, you say something, you're going to do something, it's going to happen relatively in the time frame, but you don't understand the disconnect between developers and corporate. It's a big gap. I even wrote about it in a LinkedIn article. Until those two groups admit that they need each other, it's going to be this rift between customer satisfaction and over-promising and under-delivering. There's got to be that medium, and where DeFi is kind of helping force that conversation. Hope that made sense, Cole.
Comms will make or break any relationship without a doubt. And speaking of comms, if you're feeling squirrely and you want to come back and communicate with us, we'll be here every Thursday, Friday, 10 Eastern, except for next week. Next week, we're taking some time away. Potter's been just burning the candle at both ends, to say the least, and feel I need a little time away. So next week, you get nothing.
We'll give you reruns.
There you go. So if you're feeling squirrely any other times, feel free. Thursday, Friday, 10 Eastern, we will be here. Appreciate you sliding by. Potter, you got anything in closing?
Hey, no, thanks, Cole. Welcome to the Powerful 10. Ara, you've got a roommate. We really appreciate you coming, and thanks. We know that we only do shows 2 days a week, so we really appreciate you guys showing up and even chatting.
Without a doubt. Well,
so that's all I had.
I like it. And until next time, builders, keep building.
Cheers. Ara, have a great